Okay, today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. And right now we have a temperature of 54 degrees here in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 30%, and the dew point is 29 degrees. We have a barometric pressure of 30 inches, which is rising. This dome of high pressure has been parked in the East Pacific for over 3 weeks now. We can see that here in the long wave IR map. Over here we have Hurricane Zeta, which is a Category 1 storm now. It's rebuilt after moving over the Yucatan Peninsula on Monday and Tuesday. And we can see from this 200 frame loop the progression. It was targeted, and we can see a blast pattern there on that moisture field moving away from that hurricane. But then the system rebuilds itself, and now it's moving right towards Eastern Louisiana, and it's going to hit that state probably tonight or tomorrow. We'll take a look at the Hurricane Center map. Here we have Zeta right there with 90 mile per hour sustained winds, a central pressure of 976 millibar, and it's moving due north at 18 miles per hour. So if we take a look here at the cone track for Zeta right here, we can see that it is scheduled to hit Eastern Louisiana sometime here tonight or tomorrow. And that'll plow right through Mississippi and out back into the Atlantic sometime later this week, Thursday and Friday. All right, let's take a look at this is the long wave IR map. We can see that dome of high pressure installed out in the Eastern Pacific that has rerouted the jet stream. Here, looking at the water vapor map, we can get a better picture of what's happening. This is a stationary installed high pressure. Satellite transmitters are manipulating our weather. We can see this area right here is completely blocking and rerouting the jet stream to the north and also to the south. We've got further manipulation right here. We can see that right angle, that rectangular shape. That will create a new low pressure system. We see the counterclockwise development begin right there, and also same things happening right over in this area as well. We actually have two domes of high pressure, one out here and one nearest the continental U.S. So right here we see the same thing occurring. We see a sort of a rectangular shape form right there. So we've got very low humidity conditions. There are fires burning in the Orange County area near Laguna and Irvine, which began on Monday. We had heavy winds on Monday, gusts up to 50 miles per hour, 55, 60 miles per hour in certain areas. And we see right over here we have a stationary low pressure that's, well, it's slightly moving to the east. You can take another look at that here in the long wave IR map. Right here is low pressure. We've got high pressure right here, and so that caused the wind. Right here we see that flow pattern. We've got high pressure here and low pressure here, and that will cause the wind to blow to the southwest. You see we've got moisture offshore, which towards the end of the loop here looks like it's going to drift up towards California. We'll keep an eye on that. Once again, if we have any chances of rain on a no rain forecast, you can be assured that we'll see those specially equipped jets up spraying the skies with the chemtrail aerosols in order to prevent rain. California should be getting rain. We have plenty of moisture offshore available, but it's just being blocked. We can see that happening here. This, as I say, has been here for over 3 weeks, rerouting the jet stream. And nobody on television, on the weather, the national or local weather reports are showing these satellite maps. And there's a reason for that, because there's so much manipulation going on that if we showed these maps every single night on national TV and local TV, people would begin to wonder. There's plenty of people out there that don't have time. They're too busy raising their families and working, going to work, to pay attention and go online and watch these maps at some website online. It's just much easier to turn on a television set and get the news from the people on these large networks, which are lying to us about the weather, and they're lying to us about the cause of what they call climate change. What we have going on is climate control, and they're giving fake reasons for why the climate is changing. You know, the climate changes every day. We have the sunrise and the temperature goes up, and then later on the sun sets and the temperature goes down. We can call that climate change. But what we're talking about here is climate control, and what we're seeing here is this almost month-old dome of high pressure that's been sitting here, blocking all the rain and cool weather we should be having in these fall months. So we're at the end of October, and we've had no precipitation. Now, in the last video, I didn't have my my records in front of me here, but we have the rain for this season. And the last time we had any measurable rain was June 5th. We had 2/100ths of an inch. And then before that, we had 0.43 inches on May 18th. So that was a substantial rain, 0.43 inches, not quite a half inch. But there it is. So we've had no rain really since about May 18th. And once again, these maps are not shown on the mainstream media for a reason. People would begin to connect the dots. Let's go ahead and look at the Doppler map for Hurricane Zeta here in the Gulf area, Gulf of Mexico. We can see that there's not much of a complete hurricane shown here. There's only moisture on the north side. And once again, there's no Doppler, or rather these WSR88Ds are non-operational. We can see that there is no pie-shaped cutouts to prevent severe flooding. You can see the eye of Zeta right there, moving in towards New Orleans. All right, so there it is. No WSR88D activity out here on the west coast. Nothing's happening. Zero precipitation. Out at the Hawaiian Islands, there is some offshore precipitation. We'll have to wait for that to load. There it is. We can see the just north of the Hawaiian Islands, there's some precipitation. If you look at the water vapor map, we can see that the Hawaiian Islands are right here. And once again, this thing is reloading. It's going to take a minute. Let's go back to the other map here. So we've got this area of low pressure just sitting there over New Mexico spinning. It's just inching its way to the east. And California can't get rain for love or money. And we have a corrupt governor, Newsom. If you haven't signed the Recall Gavin Newsom petition, make sure you get online, recallgavin2020.com. Download the form. Get your friends and neighbors to sign that. We got to get rid of this guy. He's denying what's going on with the weather here. He's very emphatic that climate change is being caused by carbon dioxide and cow farts. He's just as stupid as Governor Brown. Carbon dioxide has nothing to do with this stationary installed high pressure dome. Has nothing to do with it. You're being fed disinformation by the fake news mainstream media. Look at this jet stream here, how it just runs into this high pressure, has nowhere to go. And we can see the satellite transmitters are manipulating this area. We've got high pressure installed. There's actually two domes of high pressure, one here, one there. But look what happens here. We can see that rectangle form up right there, that square shaped feature. And we begin to see counterclockwise rotation. Same thing down here. Okay, so we've had wind, as I mentioned. We have fires, the usual routine for October, September, October. And we'll probably see the same thing throughout November. Just dry, hot, windy weather, no rain. This is the same pattern we saw in 2014, 15, and 16. Actually, 2013 as well. Just a dome of high pressure parked, rerouting the jet stream, preventing rain. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for now. We'll get an update here on Hurricane Zeta just as soon as we can. You can see that eye wall right there. Look at that. This is now moving right towards Eastern Louisiana. Okay, that's it.